Hello and welcome. So for this video, it's Koumei, the gamble Warframe. God, gambling. We have gambling now. What the fuck? So before starting, I want to say that my builds are very synergy what do you call it? Synergy focused, and I care a lot about endgame content and like getting like most out of the Warframe and their unique abilities. Another thing is that I know this community has a lot of spending 15 minutes talking to show 5 seconds of a build, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna go straight into it now. You should also be able to find the builds in the description if you don't want to watch the full video. But I'm just gonna go straight into it. For the Argon shards, I have Southforge Violet Argon shard to act as Equilibrium because we had a new Augment, so I had to remove Equilibrium, and this was a good option. You see, I'm still missing 2. I wanted 3 of these. But even with 1, I can still showcase the build, so it's okay, but preferably you want 3, okay? I just need so many web ones, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do the video, I can still do it. You can just imagine there's 3, okay, just imagine. And then we have super casting speed because you're gonna spam a lot. For the Warframe build itself, we, this is the Mecha build, and this one is the one I use for like, what is it called? The Weary and stuff. But the Mega build, you now use the new Augment because this ability, it gives degrees from like to Weary, which can be really strong, like double status damage and more status effects, and you know, really strong degrees. But the more you use it, the more time you need to wait to use it. Hopefully, I can put a screenshot up on the screen right now. You guys can see what I mean. But with this Augment, every time you kill an enemy with the suggested weapon, the passive, you see, one of the weapons will affect random status effects for 60 seconds. So then you can use the weapon, and you can get this faster back. Instead of, in the end, it's 150 seconds, which is really bad. So this fixes that. Then you also want decent duration, and decent range, and strength. You also see I have adaptation with blessing, and this is kind of odd, but that's because with this ability you gain these like floating things, and when enemies shoot you, instead of damaging you, they can heal you. So it's like some of the damage, like some of the shots are nullified, right? So it's kind of like having damage reduction. So it is worth it going adaptation and blessing, but it's not true damage reduction. It's luck based, which I mean fits the theme of this frame. But with this you can still health tank, which is great. Then also have Arcane Impetus because we do a lot of status effects and we get more ability strength and efficiency, which is great. And the blessing is to make again this more worth it. Then the fourth ability, we're gonna mention this first. It spreads a lot of random status effects on enemies. You can also use the first ability instead, which I subsumed on. So the subsume is Signaling Pulse, and it's very misleading. It says that it emits a pulse that adds stacks of stacks to status effects already affecting enemies, which is true. And then it also duplicates slash heat and toxin effects with fresh timers. I'm gonna post a screenshot of how it works if you want to read it and check it out. So yeah, I haven't used this ability much, but from my understanding, every effect except slash heat and toxin, they will get 10 stacks immediately. So if you have like one viral and one corrosive stack, they will get to 10, which is nice for priming. And debuffing. So then slash, heat, and toxin, they will duplicate with fresh timers, which is kinda misleading, I think. Heat you gain 1 more stack of heat, so if you have like 8 stacks, you go to 9, but the new stack will do damage that's the same as all the other 8 combined, so it is double damage, yes. And you get a fresh heat timer, but you should get that regardless. The slash, you get, it's just such an weird ability. you get one stack that is added with the combined damage of all the other stacks. But it doesn't work with stacks that's already made by this ability. So you can't just keep spamming it to get double. The same with Toxin. They also get one stack with the combined damage, but Toxin doesn't stack to more than 10, I believe. I still think that's the cap. So that's kind of weird that they included that. I don't know if this one is scuffed or not, but it also says that electricity and gas also only scales to 10. But it also makes these clouds, you know. But electricity, it's really weird that you get 10 more stacks, and they, so from my understanding, each have the combined damage of all the other active blocks, which means you get 10 times the electricity damage, but it doesn't work from the electricity blocks that's already on the ability. Like the ability already made. So like if you had one electricity stack, right, and you use it, then you get 11 total. But if you use it again, then you will only get 1 again. Well, sorry about that. Yeah, so if you use it again, then you will go to 21 because you get 10 stacks added. Basically, the too long did not read version is every proc except slash heat and toxin will get 10 stacks added. Slash heat, toxin, and electricity can go way above. Sorry about that, by the way. They can go way above 10. I mean, I don't even think they have a cap. And the refresh timers are great. I'm not sure if this is very weird. I'm not sure if the slash also gets extended time or fresh timers. I think it's just the new procs that gets the new slash electricity and gas etc. I think they get new timers, right? Just only the new procs, okay? They get the new timers, but heat will refresh. But electricity will run out. So you'll have 1, 10, 1, 11, 21, and then they'll start running out. You'll lose the first stack and you'll be down to 20. Then you do it again and you have 30, right? Then you'll lose 10 and you'll be down to 20. But heat you can keep multiplying, which is great. Multiplying, it's like it's duplicating. Lag. Oh my god, that's bad. Probably because I'm exporting video right now. But basically, just know that when you apply a lot of status from your weapons or this ability or whatever, or your team does statuses, then you can use this to really multiply, duplicate, whatever you want to call it, the damage, so you can nuke if you combine it. This spreads status to a lot of enemies, and then you use this, boom, you get duplicated, multiplied, whatever you want to call it, and then they will die from the status damage over time. It's great. But you can also subsume the fourth, and then use the first ability to nuke, but I just prefer the fourth, but that's a personal preference, so like try which one you like the most. I believe the first ability, she throws like these, you guys can see that? Yeah, I'm just gonna show it because we're not even gonna use it. She does this like, you see, she throws this sphere that makes these lines, and I think it's a really great ability. You see, then they flick a bit of status when the enemy touches them. But I think it's not that great. So I went for the fourth ability, which I had a lot of success with. Then for the primary and this one, I was switching around a bit. Sometimes with this ability, the Omikuji, I'm gonna be slaughtered by Japanese people. It requires you to kill enemies under a certain status effect, and this weapon's Altfire makes random status effects, so you can prime a lot. So you can use this to get the effects that the gambling wants, which I think is very smart, and it's a nice synergy. I mean, you do get the bonus status effects from the passive, but sometimes it's not enough. So that's why I went with this weapon. Then I have this weapon, the Bubble Blaster, and this is the Compressor. The reason I use this weapon is because it has 90% status projectile with this build, and it shoots 10 projectiles. And within combo, you're gonna get a lot of status effects. It's also really strong with heat and corrosive and rival. Also, I didn't if you don't have a ribbon, then just do like I think at this point maybe fire rate. You can do prime point blank, vigilant fervor, or violent acceleration. That's not the shotgun. Why is it? Where's the space? Frame momentum. Yeah, that's it. That's it. But amalgam shotgun barrage. But yeah, and if you don't have a ribbon for the compressor, then probably Hornet Strike will be really good. But it has a really high ribbon disposition, so I recommend getting a ribbon. Also, don't build crit, it has very bad crit stats, it's a status weapon. Then I have the Amanada, because this one is also gambling. It gives you different effects when you use it, like range and status and stuff. Okay, I don't know what status. It's range, attack speed, I think critical stats maybe. Oh yeah, okay. So no status. Yeah, I was right. It's critical stat, critical chance, range, attack speed, status change, status damage. So this weapon, it's whatever. You can use any melee, but it's just herb weapon, so I think that's nice. And then melee influence is really strong. We have Generic Focus School for more energy sustain, but I'm not sure if that's going to be needed once we have more of these, but it's whatever. You can just use any. Companion. So this one is very interesting. I have the Huras Kubro, which with Stalk, so as long as enemies are within 24 meters, then you get Cloak, okay? And if you are going out of 24 meters, then the Cloak, you have like 2 seconds to go back, okay? Like near an enemy. But this is the interesting part about the Kubro, is that okay, with Stalk you can also do this on the Shade, okay, Shade Prime, or the Shade Prisma Shade, but you can spam your status abilities without getting uncloaked, okay? So you can stay cloaked basically infinite, but it is kind of unreliable too. And you could, let me show you something. You could do the Doriga. There we go with the Prime Laser Rifle, and now you see, now we have a lot of priming going on, and so many enemies getting primed. So you see, now we use the second ability. That's within 10 meters. This could show that you should kill like 24 enemies that's affected by toxin or like whatever. Then it's really nice that this this sentinel will prime them for you, right? However, the reason I choose, by the way, the setup, if you want to see, I also want this for equilibrium, and the weapon. Actually, no, it's whatever. Yeah, this build, yeah. But now with the dog, you can use the Mecha mods, which are really strong right now. Mecha there, let's go. And Mecha and equilibrium. So these, we see we have one here and one on the companion, and then we have, I think, 2. Yeah, 2 on the Warframe. I didn't mention them before because I also wanted to show the companion, because it's more like companion mod. So the companion will mark one target for 12 seconds, and you will hear like a whistle, like. Okay, it doesn't sound like that, but you know what I mean. Then if you kill that target, that all the status effects from that target applies to all enemies within 30 meters, which is stupidly good, and everyone dies. However, it is kind of hard to know who is marked right. Let's see. Oh, that's going to show. You see that? So now, if we kill this one enemy, or not. By the way, it's 60 seconds default, and then it goes to 45, 30, and 15 with 4 mods, which is why you need the Kubro to halve the time. I don't even know if it works if you put another companion. Can we you see? I didn't even hear the whistle. What in the fuck? How weird, right? Is it bugged? Maybe it's because the new patch, it should work. How weird. Bugged? There we go. Yeah, Mecha Paw to see that. How weird, right? Let's try that again. If she can mark someone real quick. There we go. Yeah, you see that? I don't know why it didn't work before. That's really weird. It's amazing. It's great. I really recommend that. So yeah. Anyways, so let's show the second ability. You know, this wall edge. Oh. Sometimes you get some really annoying ones. Wall edge. I mean, you kind of want. I almost want to build a different element like toxin, heat, and cold on all my weapons. Like one weapon toxin, one weapon cold, one weapon heat, and then what is it called, electricity on the companion, right? But it's so bad. Then I'd rather have the Zero Prime, so my weapons aren't stupid. So now we need to kill wall edge. Oh my god. While we do this, I might as well show the other abilities. The fourth ability, you send forth like this wave of status, you see? Then you use one to duplicate and spread it, you see? And now they take a lot of damage. And then it's really nice with the Mecha. If one enemy is marked, then 30 meters radius, everyone will die. You know, because of Mecha pulse. And I didn't want that, so I'm brain dead. That's so annoying. Let's do that. Wall edge. Die. Die. No. You know, you kind of want to build agility mods, like actual agility, but so you see now we have resistance to knockdown for each enemy. Then we can use the blade again. Okay, this one nice. They just need to be more than 20 meters away. It's like this. It's actually like this. Just kill them. This one should be fast. Sometimes you need the right status effect, so it's really spammy. So that's why we have the casting speed. Die faster, I hate waiting. Go. Now, after we take damage, we can roll to recover some damage. You see, now we have cooldown on the ability because it goes up. Try it again. Yep. Oh my god. So this one seems really annoying, but it's not too bad because you can just, you know, spam with air, right? You see, we already halfway there. It's not too bad. But I'm gonna show you guys a thing in a bit. Also, sometimes when you activate the ability to get a task, it will just give an instant. I think if you roll a 1, it will just give. It will. Sorry, if you roll 1, I think it will take 1 away. Okay, it will remove 1. Okay, which is really bad. But I think if you roll 36, which is the highest, then you'll just instant get a decree. You can also get rare decrees, which is great. And this task is not great. You see, on kill we gain core speed. I mean, this is not bad, but you see now we have to wait 14 seconds, and the cooldown does start while you're doing the task. So you can imagine it gets more and more annoying to wait. Now we have this symbol down here with my mouse, melee buff. So now if you kill melee, the timer will go down. Now sliding. This one is awful. So if you get one that's really annoying, you can hold down 2 and reject it, and now you see a timer. But then we can use the melee to kill, and the timer will go down for each melee kill because of the new augment. You see, every time I get a kill, the timer goes down 15 seconds. There we go. Use again. Now we have a debuff where the shield recharge is delayed as long as the task is up. Which is really bad. So now I'm just getting griefed, basically. You can also have one where you take damage and stuff, it's really bad. I don't know. I mean, I guess we could just cancel it. Yep. Or you can just try to do it fast. Secondary. I mean, it will be interesting. I mean, you can do like toxin on a weapon, like maybe the companion, right? And then you can have electricity on the weapon of the melee for melee influence, right? And then fire for this, and then a primary with toxin. But a primary with toxin is just so bad. And I mean, it's not. You can always just reject the Koumei or use the Cedo, or rely on. So I'm just gonna show it real quick. If you use the Cedo, you see you get a lot of different ones. This now we have toxin, electricity, fire, and heat. Wait, we don't have. Yeah, we do got. Yeah. So now we can actually do those tasks, and also the secondary. Also, that's just stupid. You know, this one shot. You see, it applies a lot of status effects. So you can also get it this way. See, even shock. Shock and gas, and you know, all sorts of different goodies. So I think with the Cedo and the compressor, it's no problem. It's true. Again. 64. That's stupid. What the fuck? I haven't seen that before. Look, this one has the thingy. I didn't hear how though. Maybe my sound is too low now. That was only 5. Let's reject that. That's shit. You see now we have to wait 74 seconds, which is more than a minute. Then we use the melee. This melee is not the greatest, but it's her melee. I want to use it. Maybe we should pick something else. Dueling cannon, equal. But it gets the job done, and it's nice with influence. And then I have shock on it. I mean, I think it's great also for that shock, but you can also do. Let's show that real quick. Did I just lose all my buff by doing this? By the way, I think I did. Yeah, I probably did. It's so annoying. But yeah, you can imagine it goes up to 150 seconds, which is really bad. You see this melee is way stronger. And obviously it's the dueling cannon. But yeah, it's just, you get more and more. This is, by the way, the build. You get more and more waiting time, as you saw in the screenshot I showed earlier. So it's really annoying. By the way, this is the build. If you don't have a ribbon, then use shocking touch. And this. But yeah, it's really annoying that you have to wait so long. 150 seconds is a lot of time. So yeah, I don't know about that. It is kind of scuffed, you know. This melee. You know, I kind of want to resign it, but I actually thought this one spread random status effects, but I guess I was wrong. Sad. Yeah, but that's it for the build. I hope you guys enjoy, and at least it's way easier to get those Omikuji, but some of them are really scuffed, but at least you can just skip, and now you can lower the cooldown, which is great. Also, this fashion frame, it's from the like a friend of mine suggested it. I don't remember what it's called. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, Miku Hatsune. Sorry, I don't really watch anime. And as you guys can imagine now, this is not more, we are done with the build part of the video. This is the fashion frame part. But I really think this fits. You also have those, like, long hair looking thingy going down a bit. Not really long enough, but I still think it's kind of greatish. And this one I made myself, which is great. Koumei helmet, Koumei skin, noble animation set. I think this is really nice. It's just those kind of like dull energy about it. Enchantment, you have the peach blossom ephemera for like those flowers. Just cover the main colors. Shundana, you have none. Probably you can probably find a Shundana that will look kind of great with this. No sigils. Then the coloring, we have the primer with this blue from Ice. Then we have this gray from Agony. Then we have this white from Smoke, it's the whitest white. Then we have this red from Fire. Then we have this blue again from Ice. Then we have this gray from Agony. And the same blue and the same gray. I do believe I made this myself, which I mean kind of proud of, but yippee. I hope you guys liked this video and found it helpful. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.